Hey guys, this is Travis and Kyle Bayless with BeyondBipolarBlog.com. So this is our second attempt with doing another video on a previous video that we were initially going to do. And the topic is on life is meaningless, I want to die, ugly, my experience, suicide attempt, loser, no relationship. This is the title of a previous video of mine that is my most popular video with 24,299 views. And this is, like I said before, my most popular video on my Beyond Bipolar blog channel. I want to mention this, that this is actually a positive take, a motivational video on life, on how to deal with mental health, and my take and reflection on life when it comes to mental health. I want to list some of the analytics when it comes to this because I feel it's kind of alarming in a negative way. If you look under the reach category, 44.5% are looking up this title. So if 44.5% are looking up life is meaningless, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of, that's almost half of the people that are searching up this video. And I feel that because of that, a lot of people are maybe contemplating life, that they think that, you know, they're considering that maybe life isn't as good as it seems to be, and they're questioning life itself. And because of that, I want to do another video and kind of give some feedback when it comes to life itself. It is also worth mentioning my second video, which is my first suicide attempt with the rope, hanging myself, what you need to know. That has 13.4 or 13,464 views. And the reach on that actually is 93.9% are looking that up. So my first suicide attempt with the rope, 93.4% are looking that up. So you can imagine with 13.4 thousand views, a lot of people, you know, that is alarming to me. And I feel that since in this video alone, when it comes to the audience section, you can see that 99.3% of the people are not subscribed or actually looking at this video. And I guarantee you most of the people are not actually commenting and maybe are taking this into a negative light. And I'm a little bit concerned about the people that are actually watching these two videos. I'm wondering, since the engagement rate is so low, I mean, literally, I feel like maybe a third or a quarter of the people are actually watching the video to a third to quarter of the length. And I feel that because of that, that the audience retention rate for this video is 1:30, and that is out of 6 minutes for the second video, and that's not that long. So I feel like I'm trying to get this video across to let other people know that life does have meaning, life does have purpose. You just got to give yourself some time, breathe a little bit, take a step back, maybe sleep on it, and realize that, hey, I'm letting you guys know right away that take a step back, realize that life has meaning, be mindful. And I want to encourage you guys that this video alone is to not push yourself to the end goal of taking your own life, because I guarantee you that will only end with a lot of dire consequences, even if you don't have a lot of friends, even if you don't have family. I guarantee it, if you reach out to other people, if you find some good support network, you will find people that care about you. And whether or not you do reach out to me, I do try to respond back, and I try to give you some positive feedback to let you guys know that there is people that will give you hope, that will support you, that is on your side. And I think that's important to know when it comes to mental health. I've had bipolar disorder for 16 years. I've had 8 hospitalizations. I had 2 partial hospitalizations, one which I actually ended up getting kicked out because I, at the time, didn't believe I was at a stage where I didn't believe I needed mental health care, because I just felt like the medications I was on, which I was on like 7 different antipsychotics, I had really severe side effects. And I'm sure when you guys start your mental health journey, you essentially will start that journey where you try a whole bunch of meds and you realize it doesn't work and you just want to just not deal with it anymore, and you find it just too much work, and you will find yourself in that position where uh, you may want to just not deal with it, so you just brush it aside, but it will kind of creep up and you will realize that, hey, maybe I need to try to take a different perspective in life and try to deal with this in a different light. And I'm trying to provide this video because as of recently, I've actually ended up this last 7 months, I ended up relapsing because of the medication, the antipsychotic Latuda I was on for 8 years. It ended up washing away and it was losing its efficacy. And I was hospitalized 2 years ago in December of Christmas Eve and day. So you can imagine that as of now, I'm still relapsing and I'm still having problems. So don't get to that point. I want you guys to realize that you got to try to get some help now. You got to try to get yourself to a psychiatrist, a therapist. Let other people know that you have problems, because the earlier you do that, the easier it will be to kind of bounce back. Uh, you do want to you don't want to get to the point where you're sick and tired, where you're sick and tired, where you want to change. For some people, you want to fall so hard that you do get up, but I feel like that is a huge risk where you might want to take your life or you hurt yourself. So many people have a hard time coping with life, and this is due to a lot of trauma, especially adoptees like Kyle and I. We experienced this. Some result to alcohol, drugs, cutting, other really self-harm. And this itself is really, really difficult and challenging and very brutal way to live your life. And it's very negative. And I feel like if you want to live a positive life, if you want to kind of bridge yourself to kind of self-develop, personal growth, develop yourself into a better character yourself, you want to kind of challenge the problems that you have in life and try to carry yourself above water. So is there anything that you want to add to kind of the statistics and what I've kind of been saying in the video, Kyle, that you might want to add feedback to?
So the statistics are kind of interesting because a lot of the people that actually, I feel like women have more suicidal thoughts, but it's the men that are more aggressive and act upon it. So in a way, the men are the ones that are dying. What changed your tune? Because you're singing a different tune 7 months ago. What caused you to actually snap out of it?
You know,
you wouldn't be saying this 7 months
ago. I was talking with my brother's girlfriend about different things that allowed me to change or have a different attitude in life. And a lot of it was because of that medication change. And, you know, for me, whether people believe it's masking or whether they believe it's helpful or not, I firmly believe that medication, if you find the right one, can definitely change your life for the better. And for those that struggle, I've literally tried over 30 different meds. I am on my 10th different antipsychotic. And for antipsychotics alone, they do cause weight gain, akathisia, increased suicidal thoughts. There's a list of catatonia, maybe dryness in the mouth, somnolence. There's a list of a whole bunch of side effects that you have to be aware of. But there are more neutralized side effects that you have to be aware of when it comes to these newer type of drugs. And I want you guys to remain hopeful. And that is the whole reason on why I'm more hopeful. I also had TMS, which is transcranial magnetic stimulation it was magnetic stimulation to the brain, which kind of resetted the brain. I literally got off my antidepressant. So maybe there's like a 20% chance where it helped and 80% chance where the antipsychotic helped. I'm judging this based on opinion, and everyone's individual, but for me, medication is a huge difference when it comes to the outlook of life and how it can benefit you and where that might take you in the future.
So don't wait on it. I'll be honest. I've been actually struggling with suicidal ideations maybe since 2018. It comes and goes. I pretty much waited on it. Unlike Travis, who's actually been diagnosed with bipolar, I just have depression. But I decided to reach out to my psychiatrist because he wasn't able to re-prescribe me trazodone, which is my sleep med. I'm on 2 different meds. Sertraline for 50 mg and trazodone, I think 25, which is half a pill. So I ended up calling my psychiatrist and he ended up doubling the dosage of my med, and I'm doing much, much better. And I probably should have done it a while ago. I still have issues of being tired, depressed, but it's still a lot better. I do believe meds do help as long as you're on the right one. I was kind of afraid to. I didn't want to take that step to get fat, like on antipsychotics, or take the risk of feeling worse. But in the end, you got to try something. Antidepressants can help. And I think we should probably do a detailed step like we did with the last time. So maybe you could list the 12 steps or 12 thoughts for those that are dealing with, that are in that hole and unable to get out. What are the main things?
The last video, we kind of went detailed on different steps you can take when it comes to your thought processes on life is meaningless, I want to die, I'm suicidal, no relationship, hopelessness. If you are thinking this right now, first, number one, you want to close your eyes, you want to breathe. Okay, breathing is really important. You want to be in the moment, count your breaths. And number 3,
that's meditation.
That's kind of like meditation. That's number 1 step, okay? Number 2, you want to maybe, if you have the chance, to maybe sleep on it. And if not, if it's during the day, you want to kind of distract yourself with a different activity. And if it's so bad that you want a moment's notice, you want to try to reach out to someone for support. And if that's not available, you want to try to contact maybe the support network that
suicide hotline.
The suicide hotline Kyle mentioned. And yeah, that's not the most beneficial. It's best to find a friend or someone close, family member that you really know. And I feel like that's the best thing. I mean, looking up this video, I'm hoping that when you see this video, this alone will let you know that, hey,
there's still hope.
You are okay. You are fine. Things will be okay. And I think that's the whole reason why you're watching this video. You want someone to tell you that things will be all right. Things will be okay. And I'm letting you guys know that things will be all right. Things will be okay. Just breathe, take time, sleep on it, distract yourself, see a psychiatrist when you're able to. I know they can be backed up for a month or 2, but get yourself regulated on some medication. It could take up to 30 different medications like me, you know, and you want to find your right psychiatrist. There's a whole bunch of other support networks like ILS workers, independent living skills workers that can take you grocery shopping, to talk to you on a weekly basis, take you out traveling, do different activities like maybe a library or to a coffee shop. And there's ARHMS working to help you set goals. I think that's important. Maybe you could journal. That's another step.
Talk a little bit about journaling. So I've been watching a few videos about journaling, and we did mention this in the last video that before it got cut. Journaling can be extremely beneficial. And I was even listening to a recent interview with Howard Stern. He says that he's a big radio jockey that started journaling, and you can uncover a lot of things like your goals. But I feel like when it comes to journaling, it's just best to just journal it all out, get all that garbage out of your system, and then it allows you to face what was ever bothering you. And then next, you can probably write your goals. Or if not, if you don't believe in goals, maybe the wins that you had throughout the day. And I was watching another video, I think it's called Metamorphic. He says that he also reflects about why the benefits of journaling, along with Huberman Labs podcast. He suggested writing the worst things possible that you experience in your life, let that out, write it down, and then toss it. The next thing you can do is talk about some of the things that you're grateful for, if not the wins of the day. And then maybe you can actually talk about 10 of your goals that you actually established. So that is the process of journaling. Continue on the next step.
So the 1 is meditate, 2 is having support, 3 is journal, 4 is having, the 4th one is literally just having an activity to do. I feel like activities could be like getting out, maybe exercise. Actually, 9, that could be separate. Exercise could be number 5, but getting out, doing something, whether it's like going to the library,
get out in nature. Nature is really important for the body.
Yeah, so like getting yourself to observe and describe, just sitting out in nature, just being in the moment. I think that's really critical to being mindful, to grounding yourself is so important when it comes to mental health. And let's get to number 5. That kind of leads to activities, which is exercise. Exercise is really key, number 5. And I feel like with exercise, that can boost endorphins. And if you can get yourself, distracting yourself from suicidal thoughts, to get yourself motivated, it's really challenging if you have anxiety to get yourself to a gym. But if you have free weights that you can have, there's these weights that you can lock together where they're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds that are in a set. They're kind of expensive, but if you can afford it, I recommend getting those. But most importantly, getting yourself in public, surrounded by people, can be very, very beneficial, doing activities. And I think that's one of the most essential things that you could be doing to really benefit yourself.
Physical health is important. Putting the pressure on the brain kind of stimulates it and gets it out of that humdrum. It's actually really important. So I think activities and hobbies should be a separate thing rather than exercise. I think physical exercise is separate.
Yeah.
So if you have a hobby, it's really, really important. Right now, Travis does music. I do video editing. I hang out with my, that's something different. Video editing, piano, music, and
that could be another.
And another one, support or friendships or relationships. I like to hang out with my girlfriend. That usually really makes me happy. It helps. I go to her house. It gets me the socialization. I usually feel better once I have that interaction with other people. So it's important to have a good social network, and not everyone has that. I know it's really hard these days, especially when you're negative. And a thing about that, why it's important to have social connection, is because humans are naturally social. They need to socialize. And I was watching a video by this who's actually a psychologist who actually has struggled with deep depression and not wanting to live. And he somehow got the education merits. And he says that it's really important to live, not just for yourself, but but to live for others. And a lot of people get angry about that. They don't want to live. They feel like crap. I don't want to be here. But it kind of forces you to think about the people in your life that really actually care about you. And if you can't live for yourself, live for other people. I know there's other medicine.
Another one I wanted to suggest is pets. And if you don't have animals, I feel like maybe the next step is like having a type of plushie, something to hold or whatnot. I think having the benefit of just touching something soft or whatever could really benefit you. I've actually got a new dog, and I feel like that had really benefited me because recently my dog, one of them passed away at 7 really suddenly. And sadly, I took it really hard, and it wasn't until I healed from having another dog to kind of help me out of those woos to really kind of embrace that love that really benefited me. And I think because of that, that really changed me in the end, and it gave me a better purpose.
So when Travis was in his deep down depression, he somehow got over it, and we just want to make sure that we're sharing hope that life can be worth it as long as you apply the meaning and create the meaning. Right now you may not know it, but it is important to take that step. Another thing I think we could add is also religious beliefs. If you're not religious, it's important to have faith, whether you're Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, it doesn't matter. I think it's really important to have a belief in something or faith in something that hope can also be better. I don't know what Travis can say about that, because it is Easter coming up.
So I think that leads to, which is affirmation. Positive affirmation can really benefit you. Kyle and I actually kind of been watching at night are these
Neville Goddard.
There's
this
Think
other
and
guy.
Grow Rich.
There's this other guy that I watched too. I'm trying to think.
The Secret. There's all these self-help
Allen,
type of
something Allen. I
these
think
self-help gurus that discuss about how your emotions, your self-conscious, your subconscious kind of reflects your consciousness, whether it is positive or negative, how that can actually, your mind kind of interprets how your day is. If it's bad, then more bad things happen. If it's good, then more good things happen. In kind of layman terms. I mean, these videos, if you look up Neville Goddard techniques,
yeah,
we
another
can
one.
discuss about it in greater terms.
Some top guys that you can listen to is Tony Robbins, Joe Dispenza, Alan Watts, Eckhart Tolle, and there's quite a few of them. Carl Jung. There's a lot of few of them that you can actually listen to it, and I recommend listening to that at night. It actually is kind of meditative, and it allows you to relax at night, especially when you have sound at night, and it could help rewire the brain to think more positive. And I don't know if you believe in the law of attraction.
A lot of these guys are saying that you want to go to sleep with positive thoughts. You want to go to sleep like saying to yourself that you want to have a good belief when it comes to money, because society actually gives a bad rap that if you're rich, then that's something bad. But you want to give yourself an idea that having wealth is good. Having the right relationship is good. You want to have that feeling going to sleep at night, so your subconscious can filter that. And during the day, that'll bring more good feelings during the day. And it is kind of how the feeling dictates your day. And there's a specific wording on how Neville Goddard says this, but if you struggle with mental health, it's going to be really, really challenging, because sometimes even when I try to go to sleep having positive thoughts, I still get these really bad nightmares. So I feel like you still have to be on right medications to kind of get yourself to the point where you can have general positive feelings at night, or general positive feelings during the day. And yes, you want to try to remain positive. And yes, you want to have a good outlook in life. And yes, you want to try to focus on the good things, because that will elicit more grateful things in life. And not only positive attitude, positive affirmations, gratitude is very important, I think. Gratitude is actually what will determine your destiny. And this is so critical to mental health, because if you're not grateful, that'll only bring ungrateful things in your life. So I feel that because of this, that with this video alone, since it does focus on mental health, I'm trying to incorporate some of these techniques that incorporate self-help and personal development and these other things, because I feel like this can actually help me generally. I'm hoping that maybe in the next year or in the 5 years from now, when I actually look at this video, that I see myself more wealthy. I see myself in a position where I maybe am with a partner that is really good for me, or I believe that I'm in a job that is actually really beneficial for me. And I just feel like I'm generally in a more positive state. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
So there's a bunch of other therapies, including transcranial or magnetic therapy, which is they knock on the brain. And then there's ketamine. Ketamine is an interesting drug because it is actually used to actually put people to sleep, but it doesn't put people to sleep like it stops the heart. And ironically, when people that take it, they actually become less depressed. Do you know what some side effects of ketamine is?
Yeah, there's actually, you need to actually be monitored for this, because the side effects is that you will be groggy for a while. And I do know for a fact that it can somehow alter the brain for a while. So you need to have a psychiatric evaluation on this as well. There's also another thing, is like
Neurofeedback therapy, which basically they also knock on the brain while you do talk therapy. So that's another one that you could add.
So we'll relist them. 1, meditation. 2, psychiatrists. 3, therapists. 4, friends. 5, family. 6, medications. 7, journaling. 8, exercise. 9, activities, hobbies, nature. 10, pets. 11, have faith. 12, positive affirmations, gratitude. 12, ECT, TMS, ketamine, neurofeedback therapy.
There was one more I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember on the top of my head, which kind of sucks. But anyway, we listed quite a bit of them, but hopefully we find this helpful and useful. And what do you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it. I feel like we pretty much talked in what I really wanted to talk about. So like I said, guys, if you are thinking about harming yourself, or considering that life is meaningless, or feel that there is some difficult challenges in your life, realize that life is okay. Take a step back, take a breath, sleep on it, and don't get to the point where you're so sick and tired and being sick and tired. Get help now. And
we can add another one. Work and volunteering. You can talk about your work.
Oh yeah, so that is a good thing. Work and volunteering is a really good essential thing to feel like you're functional and productive.
Talk about your job.
I've been working since October, and I feel like it's pretty beneficial because it keeps me active, and I feel like having some type of income is really beneficial for me. So, and if not, you can do activities that involve volunteering, like at a pet shelter. I did work at Goodwill for a while, and not very long, but it did give me something to do. I recommend anything to keep your mind busy when it comes to work, if you are able to manage it. So that is work or volunteering.
And I feel like that's it.
All right, and that's it, guys. Anyways, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for future videos. This is BeyondBipolarBlog.com with Travis and Kyle.
I want to talk about the 2,000 subscribers.
Anyways, guys, I just want to let you guys know that I have just reached over 2,000 subscribers, and I should hit 4,000 watch hours by October or end of September, I'm hoping.
And you're already a YouTube partner.
Should be monetized. I'm already a YouTube partner at over 3,400 watch hours. So I'm hoping get monetized soon. Anyways, thanks for my watchers. Thanks for my viewers. Thanks for watching, guys.
Happy Easter.
Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Anyways, this is just a shameless plug, but I produce music. I have over 270 tracks, including songs, instrumentals, and beats. These are 2 physical albums. One is a piano album right here, and the other one is an orchestral album. The piano album has 17 tracks. The orchestral album has 19 tracks. They're on sale for $5 a piece, or $8 for both of them. These are really original. I know not a lot of people have CDs, but it'd be great for any donations if you want to buy them. What makes it personal is that the original art is by Kyle and me, and one is a graphic art, and the other one is acrylic artwork that Kyle and I done together. Anyways, that ties something else, which I also do art, so I do hyper-realistic artwork. As you can see here, just some examples, and I do airbrush portraits, and as stated before, I do abstract acrylic work that I often do sometimes with my book. But anyways, please go to lift.bio/monopark. Once again, it's lift.bio/monopark, SHOPRK. So please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
안녕하세요. Hello, this is Travis and Kyle. We are both artists and we focus on hyper-realistic drawings, acrylic work, airbrush work.
So I also wanted to mention that we actually have our own channel as well. Our channel is Korean Adoptee Stories, and we interview a lot of adoptees. We found that with adoption, there's quite a few adoptees that struggled, unfortunately, and did not have the best kind of life, and a lot of them had mental health issues. We felt like it was important because we kind of struggle with that.